Hey, Rock Hill, Pastor Kyle with your Monday morning sermon recap. Yesterday was Easter Sunday, and so we celebrated the resurrection. We looked at Luke 24 and how the resurrection changes everything. We tried to look at it with fresh eyes, like a little child who just says, "Tell me the story again, again, again," and that's actually a sign of maturity, not immaturity. The resurrection does change everything. A few of the things are this. Through the resurrection, Jesus defeated death. Therefore, death has been robbed of its fear and robbed of its sting for us as believers. That He is the resurrection and the life, and those who believe in Him will not die or will live and will not die. Second, the resurrection of Jesus is the first fruits of God's work in redeeming and restoring all of his people. And so Jesus' body in many ways is like a model home, showing us what our house is going to be like. What God did in Jesus is the first fruits or the promise of what he will do in all of us. It also shows us that God cares about the physical creation, not just the spiritual creation, and his purposes and plans are to redeem and renew and remake all of creation. And so heaven will be far more earthly than we might initially think. The resurrection of Jesus forth frees us from slavery to sin. We no longer have to obey sin because Jesus has broken and defeated its power over us. Fifth, the resurrection shows that Jesus is the true king ruling and reigning on the throne of King David. Sixth, in light of that, is that Jesus is the judge, the one that we will ultimately be accountable to. And then finally, because of this, the resurrection demands a response from all of us. Who do we say that Jesus is? Is he who he claims to be? Lord, King, Savior of the world? Is he a liar? He knows he's not God, but he claims to be anyway? Is he a crazy person? Is he a lunatic? Is he one who thinks he's God, but he's not actually God, and therefore rather inconsequential? See, it's important as Christians that we balance both our understanding of the cross and the resurrection. We are called to embrace the suffering of the cross, but do so in the power of the resurrection. If we understand the cross but not the resurrection, then we are crushed under the weight of our brokenness and crushed under the weight of the task that's been entrusted to us. If we understand the resurrection but disconnected from the cross, we tend to be triumphalistic in our approach to the world that we're supposed to be serving. As Christians, we walk the path of the cross and the power of the resurrection. Love you guys. See you next week.